You know, my first impression started at check-in.
I was super excited, I was nervous, I was thankful, and I basically couldn't believe my luck. I mean, finally I felt like, wow, I'm in Harvard.
You know, watching my peers come in from around the world, it really dawned on me that I'm not only here at Harvard, I'm here at the Harvard Business School.
7 weeks for myself to learn. I still think it's amazing. I can't believe that this is happening.
It's been a dream to be here in Harvard, and I've always wanted to come to Harvard. I was here in Harvard as a tourist back in 2007, and it's a dream come true.
I came here with my family some months ago, but I came as a tourist, and I didn't know what was going to happen with me at that time.
It's never in my wildest dream have I ever dreamed to come to Harvard.
Being in a session in the AMP program is like being in a session at the United Nations.
Everybody has a different perspective, different background, and sometimes I've seen the whole class kind of shift in its perspective and its way of looking just because somebody made a comment and made everybody look at an issue from a completely different perspective.
It's an amazing experience to suddenly be part of a 174 participants, 45 countries.
Different industries, different backgrounds, different challenges, goals, but all of them came here for the same reason that I came. We all came here to learn from others.
It is very funny on how within a very short space of time, somebody who you didn't know at all and a group of people who didn't know each other, and they're all very different with very different perspectives. That kind of whole diversity makes it a very enriching experience.
A few days in, it was clear to me that the ambition here at HBS is to deliver the highest form of executive learning available.
It's so much work. I hardly have any time for anything.
The learning experience here is intense. The information just keeps coming at you, and it requires some adjustment because many of us are leaders back at home, and this is where the personal growth really comes in.
The workload is really heavy, but at the same time, you're allowed to network and meet friends from around the world. At some point, you sort of find your groove, and it's really a multidimensional learning from your professors, from the cases, and from each other. It's been excellent.
The pace, the quality of materials, the lectures, the accountability that you are held to, I really think it set the tone early on for what the AMP experience is all about.
The teachers here at AMP have been very impressive.
Dick Vito,
Cynthia Montgomery,
Stu Gilson,
Professor DeLong,
Krishna Palapu,
Marco Iancidi,
Professor Snook,
Mike Tushman,
David Bell,
Max Bazerman.
David Fubini.
If I would have to say only one word to describe faculty, it would be passion.
The professors here are very, very interesting. Different personalities, different characters. They really try to bring the best out of everybody.
I'm very impressed because they are so knowledgeable, and a lot of them have written many cases, and they've written the cases they talk about, and they know the companies or the countries inside out. It's incredible what I learned.
Professors are incredibly amazing. I mean, they bring a lot of humor.
Ian Santi runs around the class and it's aerobics. He's wearing a Fitbit, he's burning calories.
When somebody walks in late into the class and you just sing the national anthem, and it's always fun to see people squirming as they're doing it. By the week 2, we could see that the classes were starting almost 2 minutes early because everybody was sitting 10 minutes before the classes started because they didn't want to be the one sort of standing up and singing the national hymn.
For me, the funniest classroom moments are in Professor Vitor's class, where he starts a lecture and then he says, okay, who's gonna start us off? I need a victim. And then he starts looking around the classroom and everyone slowly lowers their head, just hoping that their name's not called. The living group experience for me has been very collaborative.
You get to know them and how they got to where they are now, the journeys that they've been through. You learn not just from their personal experiences, but also from their work situations and also their points of view from, on the case discussions, there's a healthy argument.
It's so useful for me because I'm used to being the boss and then suddenly be surrounded by peers, which gives such a different perspective on things. It's just fantastic.
You would think that discussing a case in the evening when 9:30 rolls around and it's getting late, you would think that you're done, but the level of discussion is so strong that the conversations keep going on, and it's been really, really great.
And to do this in an environment where we don't judge each other, where everybody supports everybody, it's just great.
When we come to our living groups, that's when you can decompress from being in this whole day of class. And if you didn't have the humor, the late night dinners, then you wouldn't be able to get through all this. So there's been lots of fun and hard work put together.
Weekends, we try to eat in different restaurants each time. So that's a good time to catch up with my living group on a casual moment, not discussing the case summary.
Generally, during the weekend, we go out and have a glass of beer together, have wines together, and dine together.
I was very lucky that I could go to a game with the Red Sox, and it was fantastic.
We went to the Boston Bruins playoff hockey game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and there were 2 or 3 living groups that decided to go together, and it was a really great bonding experience.
It was incredible. The atmosphere, I couldn't believe it. Even if you don't understand the sport, just see how people behave, and the passion was incredible.
One of the greatest experience is when 2 of our professors invited us to their houses.
Karaoke is always fun. I love karaoke. I don't know how to sing, but I just sing and people laugh at me. So that's the beauty of karaoke, right?
When I reflect back on my A&P, my expectations for this program were high, and this experience exceeded my expectations on every level.
This is a unique experience, and I don't know if I will have another one like this.
As a person, I think I have grown. We have discussion, we get feedback, we give each other feedback. So that has also helped me as a person to grow.
I feel A&P has now shaped me and pushed me closer to my potential. Back home, we're all running complex businesses in very complex times where only our best will do. And in today's disruptive business climate, there are no more gifts. Everything's earned. And the line between success and failure really doesn't leave much room for anything else. So with my A&P experience, I now leave here more aware, more capable, more determined, and more inspired to go back to my organization and win. And that's a gift.
We all have become family here. The first week, we hardly knew anybody here, but now we all know each other and we're like family.
I came here with 2 objectives. One is to grow as a professional, and second, and most important, I came here to grow as a person, and I did it.
I'm sure the bonds which we've built over the last few weeks here together, they will last a long time.
I'll miss the experience, and we're going to stay in touch. These are connections that are going to last longer than the time that we spend together here.
Definitely going to miss A&P 196. I believe that this is not the end, this is just the beginning, so we'll continue to interact and we'll continue to meet, in different places.
A&P is a truly transformational experience. The whole world has come to Harvard, and when you go back into the world, you'll always have a friendly face to visit and share some memories with.